Hey there, history buffs! Today we're traveling back to the 14th century to meet a ruler so wealthy. His name still echoes through time. Meet Mansa Musa, the Lion of Mali. Mansa Musa wasn't just a king, he was an emperor. His empire, Mali, was larger than Western Europe at the time, and it was rich, like ridiculously rich. Mansa Musa ruled from 1312 to 1337 CE. His reign marked a golden age, both literally and figuratively. Mali, under his rule, became a hub of trade, scholarship and Islamic culture. But what truly sets Mansa Musa apart is his wealth. We're talking about a king so rich he made Scrooge McDuck look like a pauper. So just how rich was Mansa Musa? The historians believe his wealth, adjusted for inflation, would be around $400 billion in today's money. That's billion with a B. To put that in perspective, imagine all the gold in Fort Knox. Now multiply that by a lot. That's close to what Mansa Musa was working with. Where did all this wealth come from? Mali had something everyone wanted: gold, and lots of it. The empire controlled vast gold mines, producing over half the world's supply at the time, but gold wasn't the only thing filling Mansa Musa's coffers. They also controlled the salt trade, another hot commodity back then. Plus, they had ivory from elephants, another luxury good. Basically, Mansa Musa had the Midas touch. But instead of turning everything he touched into gold, he seemed to have a knack for acquiring it. Now, Mansa Musa was a devout Muslim. Like all devout Muslims, he yearned to make the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. In 1324 CE, he embarked on this journey. But Mansa Musa didn't do anything halfway. This wasn't just a pilgrimage, it was a traveling spectacle, the likes of which the world had never seen. Imagine a caravan stretching as far as the eye can see. We're talking 60,000 people, including soldiers, courtiers, slaves, and even poets. And don't forget the camels, over 12,000 of them, each laden with bags of gold. This wasn't just a pilgrimage. It was a mobile city, a testament to Mansa Musa's wealth and power. They traveled across the Sahara Desert, through Egypt, and finally to Mecca. It was a journey that would become legendary. As Mansa Musa's caravan passed through cities and towns, people were stunned. They had never seen such opulence. Mansa Musa, always generous, showered gold on the people he met. He gave to the poor, funded the construction of mosques, and basically spread his wealth like confetti. But here's the thing about economics: too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. Mansa Musa's generosity, while well-intentioned, had an unexpected side effect. He injected so much gold into the economies of the cities he passed through, particularly Cairo, that it messed with their currency. The value of gold plummeted, leading to inflation. Oops. Section 5. Cairo's Golden Age. In Cairo, Mansa Musa's arrival was a major event. The city was already a center of trade and learning, but Mansa Musa's visit put it on a whole new level. He spent so much gold in Cairo that it threw the economy out of whack for years. Prices skyrocketed, and it took a while for things to stabilize. But here's the interesting part. Mansa Musa's visit also had a positive impact. He funded the construction of mosques and universities, attracting scholars and artists to Cairo. He established trade links that benefited both Mali and Egypt. So, while his excessive generosity might have caused some economic hiccups, it also contributed to Cairo's golden age. Section 6. Building a legacy in Mali. After completing his Hajj, Mansa Musa returned to Mali with even more knowledge and inspiration. He had seen the architectural wonders of the Islamic world, and he was determined to bring that same grandeur to his own empire. Mansa Musa invested heavily in education. He built mosques and universities, most notably in Timbuktu, which became a renowned center of learning. Scholars from all over the Islamic world flocked to Timbuktu, drawn by its impressive library and Mansa Musa's patronage. He transformed Timbuktu into an intellectual hub, a beacon of knowledge that rivaled the great centers of learning in the Middle East. Section 7. The world discovers Mansa Musa. Word of Mansa Musa's wealth and his extravagant pilgrimage spread like wildfire. European cartographers, fascinated by this African king, richer than any they could imagine, began including him on their maps. The Catalan atlas, created in 1375, depicts Mansa Musa sitting on his throne holding a golden orb, a symbol of his immense wealth and power. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage wasn't just a religious journey, it was a PR triumph. He had put Mali on the map, literally, and cemented his own legacy as a ruler of unparalleled wealth and generosity. His name became synonymous with opulence and extravagance, a legend whispered in the courts of kings and sultans. Section 8. The Musa Effect, comparing wealth across time. So how does Mansa Musa's wealth stack up against today's billionaires? It's a tricky comparison. The world was a very different place back then. Wealth was measured differently. Land, resources and control over trade routes held immense value. Today's billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos have made their fortunes through technology and innovation. Their wealth is tied to stocks, investments and intellectual property. Comparing their wealth to Mansa Musa's is like comparing apples and oranges. They are both fruit, but they grow on different trees in different climates. Section 9. Conclusion. A legacy etched in gold. Mansa Musa's reign may have ended in 1337, but his legacy continues to inspire. He left behind a legacy of learning, piety and architectural wonders that still stand today, testaments to his vision and generosity. He showed the world that wealth, when used wisely, can be a powerful tool for progress and cultural enrichment. Mansa Musa's story is a reminder that history is full of surprises. It's a story of wealth and generosity, of faith and ambition, of a king who left an indelible mark on the world stage. So, the next time you hear about a billionaire launching themselves into space, remember Mansa Musa, the king who once ruled an empire richer than anyone could imagine.